We all got to start someplace, and this is someplace. So remember, there's always a someplace. It's like your kid makes a little piece of art for you, and say, how nice it is. Nice now, going to be much better if they keep doing it and keep getting encouragement. So discrimination can be done gently, thoughtfully, and in the context of what that person is. My friend and I are completely opposite in most cases, but we're very the same on our humor. So I've had this long lifetime friendship with him based upon our humor. We can laugh and laugh and laugh about everything, and that's what we do. We get together to laugh. But I don't ask him about his politics or his investments or anything else. And when he tries to share that with me, I just say, not interested. So I have that right to say not interested. But if he tried to force that on me, it would destroy the friendship. So that's why you have to appreciate how to measure what you want in your life from a person and what you don't want in your life from a person. And you have the right to say, I don't want that, not going to accept that, but I am willing to accept this. There are no perfect people. So it's not like we're all going to go out there and find someone who's going to be everything we need them to be, all the time we need them to be that way. So we have to at least accept a person for being what they are. So I can accept someone for being what they are. It doesn't mean that I accept them in my life. And hence, I'm not going to discriminate against them. I'm not discriminating against that woman, but I'm not wanting her in my life because she needs to be in someone's life, and she told me that. She needs a man, she said, to be complete. Have you ever heard that before? Try every country western song ever made. Could you just imagine someone actually doing a country western song that had just the opposite lyrics? I'm in love, no betrayal, no adultery. My dog didn't die. My car works. Right? My heart ain't broken. Who's going to buy it? No one, right? But the moment your dog dies, your car don't work, and your girl left you, then suddenly you're heartbroken. Everybody wants that. We associate with that unrequited love. We associate with what we don't have that we feel we must have to be complete. The only thing that you need to be complete is to understand where your sense of incompleteness exists. That's the third piece of homework. I'm going to repeat it. What is it in our life that's missing that we feel makes us incomplete? Or you may want to put it a different way. Either way is fine. What are you seeking for completeness? You understand the question? Everyone understand it? What do you need in your life to be complete? To feel as if you're enough, to be enough, to feel good about yourself and make right choices, not wrong choices, to have healthy relationships, not unhealthy, to live where you want to live, to change how you deal with yourself on fear and anxiety and self-image and self-esteem. There's something there that's missing that keeps making you make the wrong choices. The other night, in one of my health support groups, and this is a year-old health support group, there's a man who's been coming every week, and he always brings a briefcase, and he always is the same, and he got really nasty, really angry for nothing. And I said to him, what don't you like enough in your life that you're willing to project it onto me right now? He said, well, I couldn't hear you. I paid my money to come here and I want to hear you. And I said, do you really think that hearing me is what made you angry? You've been angry. You're just looking to displace it on someone. Now, I spent the entire 2 hours talking with this man. And it wasn't for him. It was for everyone else in the class who got a lot from it. And I asked this man, I said, how old are you? And he said, I'm 70. I said, well, there's good news and there's bad news. He said, tell me the good news first. The good news is that you should have about 2.5 years to live if you're the average American male. The bad news is, with that anger, you may not make it. Haven't you ever wanted to say that to someone, Carol? Sure you have.
Yes, so yes.
But the fact is that people die, right? And we die at a certain age range. And there's a reason that we die in that age range. Stress, unhappiness, and disease, and frequently one causes the other. So I said, you got a choice. You got a choice to honor who you really want to be. I said, let me ask you, tell me if I'm wrong. Let me just guess. You're a perfectionist. Yes. You're very judgmental about other people's qualities and therefore are always pointing out their weaknesses or what's not right. Yes. You find it very difficult to open up and talk with people and generally don't have any friends. Yeah, don't need them. Okay? All right. I was getting to that also. He just answered ahead of me. You really control your environment. You're married, but you don't really seek your wife's opinion. You kind of tell her the way it's going to be, and she's adapted to you. Yeah. You taught your kids what they should do, and you pride yourself on that they did what you're supposed to, but you never found yourself really telling your kids that you love them, whether they fail or succeed. Yeah. You never bothered to exercise, but you like to think that you're really smart because you read a lot, and so you equate what you read with what you know, and hence you use that as a way of talking down to people, controlling the conversation. You're very impatient. He's, yep. I says, now, what this would tell me is that you did everything you were supposed to do growing up in your background to be a responsible person. You had your family, you succeeded at your career, and you're totally unhappy. I said, at what point would you like to actually start living your life and just do it all over again? Just erase everything that you've ever believed in and start all over and put what you want to believe in its place so that you don't walk around with this anger that you're willing to displace at people. I said, some people sublimate their anger by eating. You know, they think, I can't stand it, I'm not happy, and I'll just eat a gallon of ice cream. You know, or someone else will gamble. Stupid things like internet stocks, you know, day trading. The odds are worse at winning at that than gambling in Las Vegas. Yet people will do it. Why do people take inappropriate risks and never appropriate risks? All the time people take inappropriate risks. It's sublimating. You see, if you really loved yourself, you wouldn't do anything where you have a chance of losing that much. But if you don't like yourself, it's just one way of saying, well, you know, so what? Who cares? You know, I'm not loved anyhow. I don't love me anyhow. So what's, you know, I might as well go out there and, you know, do something else stupid. That's why people drink or smoke, or that's why they sublimate. Why? I said, but you just worked long hours. I'll bet you worked long hours. Yeah, well, you got to. No, you don't have to. You chose to. Big difference. You chose a standard of living and made the standard of living seem like it was a quality of life. Did your quality of life really, was it there to equate your standard? He said, no. So when you look back, what do you really have to show? What will anybody remember you for? Will anyone miss you when you're gone? He said, well, it doesn't matter to me. He said, I'm an atheist. I said, well, then why are you an atheist? He said, I don't believe in God. I said, you don't believe that there is a super power? I said, could you believe in goddess? There was 28,000 years of goddess before there's ever a God. So is it you just don't believe in supreme beings, don't believe in energy beyond life? He said, that's right. So I said, well, let me just show you something. Then you tell me, John, come up here a moment. You tell me what this is. So I brought a guy up. Just put this down for a second, John. Just hold this. Thank you. And I said, I want you to explain this to me. All right? I said, now, the body has 5 energies. Electrical, which allows central nervous system, right, nerves. Mechanical, which allows the body to move. Thermal, which no matter how hot or cold, it'll keep him at 98.6 degrees, right? Chemical, which allows all of the biochemical processes, the hormones to be created, all of that every second without ever being taught. and osmotic, which allows the blood to flow, lymph to flow.